Behind me are two of my three portable skid shacks that I purchased that I have to completely renovate. Now, the shell is there. They're on a steel skid. A semi can bring their winch and trailer system, put it up on the semi in 5 minutes, and put it wherever you want. They can go right on gravel, right on crushed rock, or you can put a little concrete pad to make sure that they don't move at all. Each one of these behind me is 720 square feet, which is going to make a awesome 2-bed, 1-bath apartment. 9-foot ceilings on the inside, and the dimensions are 12 foot wide and 60 feet long. My other one's 40 foot. They have a flat roof, which is pretty standard for these skidded units. These two came from a mining company, and they had each 100 lockers in each one. They were change rooms. So since then, I've sold the lockers, took them all out, so it's bare bones on the inside. Now, what's cool about kind of a newer one like these, I'm not sure exactly when it was built. I think it was a little past the year 2000. They're 2x6 construction walls, 2x12 construction, I believe, floor and ceiling. There is a lot of bat insulation in the floor and ceiling, and a full R20, which is standard building techniques, in the walls. So from the outside, I've already removed most of the old metal because we're making this like really nice. It's going to be a nice apartment or nice apartments. But I put house wrap on. So from the outside, what you see is house wrap, OSB and 2x6 construction lumber with R20 bat insulation, then vapor barrier on the inside, and OSB, and then a finished commercial kind of waterproofing system on. So the shell is excellent. I am not digging in there. What I'm doing is any electrical that was in there, I'm just discontinuing, pulled out the panel already, and furring out the inside of the walls 1.5 inches to run all my other electrical, PEX piping, water lines, maybe put a little bit extra insulation. You're allowed 2/3 on the cold side of the vapor barrier and 1/3 on the warm side. And then I'm going to, on the exterior, put about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rigid insulation. So this will be a super, more insulated, more efficient than a house, a brand new standard built house up to code. And metal on the outside, something like that. I've already purchased lifts of lumber. Beside me, still have to clad the greenhouse. That's on the to-do list. Lifts of lumber. Lumber was on sale. I haven't seen it that cheap in decades. So I've got enough lumber to do 3 slanted roofs on the skid shacks here. So 2x8 14s and 2x8 16s and 2x4 16s to put a low slope roof on the flat roof. So already it has a rubberized flat roof membrane. I don't like that. I am just going to build up on one side, have a slight slanted roof, the higher part towards the south. Now, each one of these is going to be passive solar. Now, when I design somebody a passive solar house, it's not this long and skinny. It's in between this and a square structure. So this is going to get a little bit extra passive solar gain than you want, but there's going to be 2 to 3 patio doors and windows. So if this is the wall that's facing south, that way the roof's going to come out, some solar panels on the roof, all the windows and doors on that, and no windows indoors on the east, west, and north side of them. So when you place this, the semi picks it up and it puts it so the face of it is facing south. Now, each one's fully enclosed and can be hooked up very quickly and temporarily, like portable, to infrastructure. So what I'm going to be doing is septic tank and the sewage lines come up. Water line just on a trickle system comes up. I'm going to put a water tank in here, hot water tank in there. I might even bring up natural gas, and I might even bring up a little bit of electricity. So if the solar panels for each one of these units don't completely keep up and the battery system for it, it can have a circuit, small amount of electricity to trickle charge those batteries up. So it's semi off grid and suitable for minus 45 Saskatchewan or Alberta or Canada winters as well as summers. So it's a pretty exciting project. We'll see how far I get with doing things myself. Number one, though, is all three of them are going to have the slanted roof, low slope with a standing seam metal on it, and probably put in the patio doors, windows, and finish the outside. So the envelope is done and it's completely waterproof for whenever I have time to putz away at it. And as part of the homeschooling, my oldest boy is 7 years old. That's just about time that he can start learning about construction. So as part of their homeschooling, we're going to teach them how to build absolutely everything and the structure. Now, what are these for? So they say there's a housing shortage in Canada because we mass immigrated people from the third world into Canada. There's no housing shortage. Everybody's just lazy and stupid. Okay. If I was to go to India or the Philippines, I don't show up there and it's like, okay, where's my house you guys paid for? And where's all the, you guys cover all the bills too, right? No, if I was to go to another country, I would have to temporarily rent a place and I'd build my own structure. There's no housing shortage, and housing is not expensive either. It doesn't have to be. What I picked up these for would blow your mind. I don't want to tell you exactly, but literally you round it up or down. Nah, it's like $0, like nothing. The lifts, the lumber to do the roof almost as cost, and the metal to do the roof almost cost as much as each one of these skid units. My total budget for this, doing it high end, one, I'm thinking about doing it in cedar, tongue and groove, the whole inside, and making it a cabin feel. The other one, just standard drywall, gray color scheme like people are used to. Very simple kitchen, very beautiful 1 bathroom, 2 good sized bedrooms. A bedroom goes at each end. And my total budget is $50,000 on each one. That is brand new, high efficient, triple pane, argon filled, no low E because it's on the south. If you ever did a consult with me, we don't do low E coating on the south of the structure. You want all that gain. That's tongue and groove. That's a kitchen. That is flooring, nothing too special on the flooring. All new electrical, heating system. I might do a small natural gas furnace, diesel heater as a backup, and I think I might even put a wood stove in each one, especially the cabin one, just for ambiance. Now, what are these used for as well, or what can you use these for? These are portable. Once you have a place that has a permanent structure, like a home, like say you have a farm and you have a home on it, they're taxing you on that, good stuff like that. They don't really care about this, plus they're completely portable. So even though you can hook it up to septic, gas, electric, water, you can do it quick connect, so the semi can come pick it up, and within 5 minutes you can disconnect that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have a hatch on the inside of it that you open up, insulate down to where I bring up the infrastructure, and off it goes, right? So this could be used for farm worker housing. This could be an Airbnb. This could be a granny suite if you're looking after your elderly parents. This could be housing for your kids. Instead of kicking them out when they're 18 years old, how about a free place to live? Now, if you're a young man in Canada and you think it's a good idea, somebody told you I should go to university, go into debt to get some useless degree, and there's no jobs available after you get out of debt, for about half the price as that 4-year university degree, you can buy something like this, teach yourself how to build yourself a damn house, do a house, 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, high-end, completely off-grid or semi-off-grid, and live for the rest of your life for free if you want to, for about half of the cost as a useless university degree. So do not go to university, build your own house. If I was a young man, well, this is kind of what I did, but not with portable shacks. But when I was 21 years old, we're on my 3rd house flip, I owned outright my house already at age 21. that is giving up scholarships to commerce. And that's because I'm not an idiot and I can think for myself. If I had got my commerce degree, I'd ended up probably being a bank teller, or me being ambitious, maybe I would have been somewhere else in life. But what's good decisions I made. So I can help my boys fast track this. And you know what? However long it takes me, I don't care. But what I'm going to do is waterproof it, stuff like that. And maybe it'll take me years to do it. Maybe I'll finish one next year. But either way, you can like and subscribe on YouTube and maybe follow this journey. I mean, it's hard enough for me building all the shit that I do all the time, let alone filming and trying to edit it. But I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe. Before we end this video, let me take you for a little tour around it, and I can walk you through it a little more in depth. If I sound a little funny, that's just because my nose is stuffed up. I got a head cold. So massive steel skid. For some reason, somebody took the metal out of this, but the other side has a metal beam in between. So the semi-winch backs up to it, the flat deck. The flat deck is about this high and it has a roller on it. The winch comes, grabs that. These are standard for in the oil field, standard for skid shacks. So massive beam. In here, you can bounce up and down, and that beam, or those two beams, are so massive, it's more solid than any house that I've built, and I like to think I build some pretty good houses. So it's just a flat roof, and what I did is I put house wrap under there after I took off most of the metal and made it waterproof for now until I cut all that into low slope rafters and do the roof on that. These east and west doors or whatever get eliminated. So each one of these had 100 lockers on it. And what it consists of is, so 2x6 construction, and then vapor barrier, and then OSB, and then this commercial stuff like this. Now, leaving this all together makes it an extremely sturdy structure. So I already framed in and closed off one door that they had to connect these two connected. So you could connect these back up and have a 1,440 square foot building, but each one's just going to have a bedroom at one end, open concept, living room, kitchen, and a bathroom somewhere in there. All the plumbing at one end. I have to take all the locker bases off. So the only part that I have to dig in the walls is on the south end here. So I'm going to have to put in headers, cut the hole in for the size of the windows and patio doors. So each bedroom gets a beautiful window. Maybe one gets a patio door in the middle, and south facing windows. No other penetrations in the wall, so super high efficient. This is 9-foot ceilings, and all the electrical that is there, so any outlets and light fixtures, I take off, discontinue. I already pulled the panel out of there. On the wall on the inside, so here's there you can kind of see. So the vapor bearing, and have to connect this better, but this is what it consists of. 2x6, vapor barrier, OSB, this commercial stuff, super solid building, and OSB on the outside. R20 insulation. So then you put 1.5 rigid outside, you're allowed. And then I'm putting 2x4s on the flat horizontally to put on either drywall or cedar tongue and groove, whatever my plans are for that. And I can run my electrical all on the inside of the vapor barrier, which makes it even more efficient than doing poly pans like you would on a standard built house. So very, very nice, 12-foot wide. A shipping container is only 8 feet wide, which is not very nice for living. 12-foot is beautiful sized bedroom, right? Good sized kitchen, good sized living room. So wood stove centralized, ductwork, air exchanger, all up to code, of course. Like, I'm a home builder. Do it up to code, so it's a beautiful, portable, essentially high-end apartment in here when it's done. Okay? So again, there's no housing shortage. You're just lazy. And everybody's just lazy and expects something for nothing. Build your own damn house. You can do it cheap. Okay. Any other questions, ideas, comments, concerns? Leave them in the comments. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for videos when I get there. Might be months, might be years. You never know. I got a lot on the go. See you later. What kind of idiot screws lag bolts through a piece of wood into the locker? I guess it's a mining camp trailer. They don't hire the best and the brightest. Oh well.